अपना है अब हुसैन से रिश्ता जुड़ा हुआ, यूं ही नहीं यजीद के आगे खड़ा हुआ। अपना है अब हुसैन से रिश्ता जुड़ा हुआ, यूं ही नहीं यजीद के आगे खड़ा हुआ। झुकने किसी को दूंगा ना ही खुद झुकूंगा मैं, है याद मुझको कौम से वादा किया हुआ। दुश्मन मिला है हमको ये कितना गिरा हुआ, वो माँओं बेटियों का भी रखता नहीं लिहाज, वो माँओं बेटियों का भी रखता नहीं लिहाज। दुश्मन मिला है हमको ये कितना गिरा हुआ, अपना है अब हुसैन से रिश्ता जुड़ा हुआ। So today we will discuss about the OPD, mean obstructive pulmonary disease. Okay, previously we have discussed that in obstructive pulmonary disease there are four major diseases. Which one? Number one is asthma, number two is emphysema, number three is bronchiectasis, and number four is chronic bronchitis. So in obstructive pulmonary diseases, what happened during obstructive pulmonary diseases? There is a obstruction for the movement of the air into the lungs. Okay, so these are the four major diseases. And further, if we classify the obstructive pulmonary diseases into two categories, which is the COPD, mean chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and asthma and bronchiectasis. Okay, so these emphysema and chronic bronchitis are types of COPD. If we further classify the obstructive pulmonary diseases, I can call that COPD and bronchiectasis and asthma. Okay, so what is previously we have discussed asthma. What is asthma? Asthma is bronchospasm due to what bronchospasm occur? Due to the type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, mostly due to the type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. For example, when the repeated exposure to the any antigen or any pathogens occur in the lungs, and at that time, at some times that pathogen hosts the epithelial cells and cause inflammation to the epithelial cells. Okay, and cause the bronchospasm. Okay, so what happens during asthma? During asthma, there is a bronchospasm. Bronchospasm during which hypersensitivity? During type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. The pathogenesis of asthma we have discussed in my previous lecture in detail. Okay, so here is a just quick review. And after that, emphysema. Emphysema is the permanent enlargement of the acini. What is acini? Acini is the structure which is present distal to the terminal bronchioles. What structure are present distal to the terminal bronchioles? Respiratory bronchioles, alveolar duct, and alveolar sacs. Okay, and this whole structure is known as acini. This is also I have discussed in my previous lecture about emphysema, the pathogenesis of emphysema. Okay, what happened during emphysema? Permanent enlargement of acini. Enlargement of acini. What are you saying? Yes. एयर स्पेसिस बढ़ जाती है क्योंकि जो एल्वियोलाई के जो सेप्टा हैं वो क्या हो जाते हैं, डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाते हैं। जब एल्वियोलाई के सेप्टा डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाते हैं तो वो एक बड़ा सारा एसिनी बन जाता है। ठीक है, लाइक दिस वन. सपोज दिस इज द primary bronchi, this is the secondary bronchi, this is the tertiary bronchi, this is the terminal bronchiole, this is the respiratory bronchiole, this is the alveolar duct, and this is the alveoli. I am saying that what is acini? Acini is the structure which is present distal to the terminal bronchiole. This is the respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, and alveoli. These are the alveoli, a lot of alveoli, and the whole structure is known as acini. And during acini, the septa of the alveoli destroy, and what happened? This acini will become like this one. Okay, this is the permanent enlargement of the acini. And when the enlargement of the SNE occurs, then there will be the low surface area for the absorption of the gases for the gaseous exchange. Okay, so this is emphysema. This is also we have discussed in detail, in very complete detail in my previous lecture. Okay, now we will talk about bronchiectasis and chronic bronchitis. Now we will talk about the pathogenesis of the bronchiectasis and chronic bronchitis. Okay, so in my today lecture we will talk about, so what is bronchiectasis? Bronchiectasis is the dilation of the what? Bronchioles or bronchi. Okay, so during MCQs, one MCQs will come that during which disease there is a destruction of the SNE. So we will, our answer is what? During emphysema. And other three, asthma, bronchiectasis and chronic bronchitis, will destroy the bronchioles or bronchi. These three will destroy bronchioles or bronchi. Okay, and during emphysema there is a destruction to the alveoli. So this is the main difference between these. Now during comes to the point, what is bronchiectasis? Bronchiectasis is the permanent enlargement of the dilation of the bronchioles. Okay, dilation of the bronchiole. Dilation of bronchioles. So, and what is the chronic bronchitis? Chronic bronchitis is the hyperplasia and hypertrophy of the bronchus or bronchioles. What is hyperplasia and hypertrophy? What is the difference between hyperplasia and hypertrophy? Hypertrophy enlargement, good. And hyperplasia? What is hyperplasia, Dr. Aisha? Increase in number of the cells. Hyperplasia is increase in the number of cells, and hypertrophy is the increase in the size of the cell. Okay. Now, during chronic bronchitis, there is the hyperplasia and hypertrophy. Trophy of bronchi. Now, so this is the main difference between these major OPDs. Okay, during asthma there is the bronchospasm which is due to the type 1 hypersensitive reaction. Okay, and emphysema there is an enlargement of the SNE, and bronchiectasis there is a dilation of the bronchioles, and chronic bronchitis is the hyperplasia and hypertrophy of the bronchi. Now we will talk about the bronchiectasis. What is bronchiectasis? Bronchiectasis is the dilation of the bronchioles due to what? Due to the dissection of the elastic fibers. Due to the dissection of elastic fibers. Elastic fibers play a role like a spring. When we inhale the air inside, then the spring will bulge out. Okay, then the elastic spring will bulge out, and when we will exhale the air, then the elastic fibers will recoil. Okay, and when there will be the destruction to the elastic fiber, then the lungs will not recoil. Okay, and in this case they will like a balloon out. Suppose this is the alveoli, this is the bronchiole. Okay, this is the bronchiole, and now I am inhaling the air inside. This is, look here. Okay, now I am exhaling. Now recoil is finished, elastic fiber is finished. That's why the bronchi will dilate. Okay, clear? Also clear. Now move forward. And what happened during bronchiectasis, which is the major disease? The bronchiectasis is not a primary disease. Bronchiectasis is a secondary disease to any pre-existing pathogenicity, to any pre-existing pathology. Okay, bronchiectasis is not a primary disease. It is a secondary to any pre-existing pathology. As we already discussed, atelectasis is not a disease. Atelectasis is the first sign of malignancy of many other diseases. Okay, during atelectasis there is the collapse of the lungs, and during bronchiectasis there is a dilation of the lungs. So this is the main difference. Atelectasis we have discussed in detail in my previous lecture, which you have missed. That was it. Okay. Now what is going during bronchiectasis? What happen? Mucus will not remove from bronchi. What happened during bronchiectasis? The mucus will not remove from the bronchi. And I am saying that bronchiectasis is not a primary disease. So which are the triggers? Which are the main triggers which initiate the bronchiectasis, mean the dilation of the bronchioles? So what are the triggers? We will discuss one by one. There are basic 4 triggers. Okay. Number 1 is the aspirating the any tumor or aspirating any solid object, bronchoconstriction, obstruction. Okay, and number 2 is the genetic condition like cystic fibrosis. Number 3 is primary ciliary dyskinesia. Okay, and number 4 is necrotizing pneumonia. So each trigger we will discuss one by one. We will discuss each trigger. Now first of all is the bronchial obstruction. Bronchial obstruction due to the tumor and aspirating any solid object, tumor and any solid particle, aspiration. Okay, suppose here is the lungs and this is the macroscopic view of the bronchi or bronchioles. Suppose this is the So this is the macroscopic view of the, we can say macroscopic because we get this view with the help of macroscope. This is a macroscopic view of the bronchi or bronchioles. Suppose these are the epithelial cells, this is the basal membrane, and this is the ciliary bodies. Okay, this is the ciliary bodies. Now what happened? If there is any tumor present here, if the tumor is present inside the bronchioles, then the mucus will not remove from the bronchioles. Then the mucus will be built up in the bronchioles. Okay. Now, next one. Due to the any tumor or any obstruction of the solid aspiration of the any solid particle, due to this obstruction, the mucus will not remove out from the bronchioles. And number 2 is genetic condition. For example, cystic fibrosis. What happened during cystic fibrosis? This is a genetic condition. During cystic fibrosis, there is a mutation. Mutation in what? There is a mutation in the gene. in which gene which is present on the chromosome number 7 and which synthesize the CFTR channel for the movement of the chloride ion? Because the cilia move in the presence of watery mucus. First of all, understand this concept. Under which condition this cilia can propel the mucus? Under which condition? Under watery mucus, not simple mucus, under watery mucus. So this is the concept number 1, that cilia will function and move the mucus in the presence of water, mean watery mucus. Now what happened during cystic fibrosis? During cystic fibrosis there is a mutation occur in the gene on chromosome number 7 and the CFTR channel which is present on the in the epithelial cells. This CFTR channel is responsible for the water and salt balance. Okay, and this CFTR channel will move the chloride ion outside into the lumen. Okay, and when the chloride ion move into the lumen, then due to the simple diffusion, mean osmosis, you can say osmosis, with the help of osmosis, water will also move to the lumen. In this way, the lumen will the mucus present in the lumen will become watery mucus. Okay, in this way the mucus present in the lumen will become watery mucus. Okay, when the mutation occur in CFTR gene, okay, in CFTR channel, then this channel will not work and chloride ion will not move into the lumen. When the chloride ion will not move, then the water will also not move into the lumen. And what happened? Due to the unavailability of the water, because when the chloride ion will concentrate here, then the water will move inside the cell. Okay, because chloride this channel is not working and this channel is not pumping the chloride ion into the lumen, and in this way there will be the no availability of the water in the lumen and the cilia will not move. When the cilia will not move, then the mucus will remain here. Okay, and the mucus will not move outside because in the lungs mucus, how the mucus remove out from the lungs? The ciliary bodies present in the bronchioles, they move like this one. Okay, and they propel what? They propel mucus to remove out from the mouth. Okay, now this is the genetic condition. Now number 3 is very important point. Primary ciliary dyskinesia. Primary ciliary dyskinesia. What is primary ciliary dyskinesia?